Hi there. I made a huge mistake about FuboTV. I assumed that Disney will acquire FuboTV. They will pay a price. Luckily, a viewer, better said a user on X, wrote me a nice comment with more details. And at the end, the bottom line, Fubo isn't being bought. It's becoming the foundation of a bigger play, backed by Disney's brand power, Hulu's customer base, and a structure built to win in live TV and streaming. So, my assumption was, yes, Disney will pay a price for Fubo. But in fact, Disney and Fubo will combine their businesses. They will form a new company. And here, the main thing you have to know about this, about mergers, types of mergers. Because there are different types. First, cash mergers, where the acquiring company pays a price to shareholders. In this case, Disney pays a price to Fubo shareholders. Then you have stock for stock merger, where shareholders of the target company, in this case Fubo, receive shares of the acquiring company. In our case, they receive shares in the new company, formed between Hulu, Live TV, and Fubo. And then you also have another type where they combine their businesses, but they also pay a price to shareholders. And of course, another type, which is more rarely, asset purchases. Now, in our case, we don't know for sure the terms. What Disney will do with Fubo. According to the press release, Disney will combine Hulu, Live TV with Fubo. This is all we know, right? They will offer some money, cash infusion in the new company, and Disney will own about 70% of the new company and Fubo 40%. So we can assume that we have here stock for stock mergers. But also the second one can happen, cash and stock merger. They combine their companies, and also Disney may pay a price to Fubo shareholders. In my previous video, I assumed that they will pay only cash. That Disney will acquire Fubo. And that was wrong. My mistake. My bad assumption. Now, in this case, imagine Disney combines Hulu, Live TV with Fubo, right? And they form a new company called, same thing, Fubo. The same publicly traded company name, Fubo. Imagine a new company. They combine those businesses and they create a new company, Fubo, where Fubo shareholders will get 30% of the new company, a stake of 30%, and Disney the rest of it, 70%. And now the valuation changes, just a little bit. You have to predict how much will the new company be worth. And how can you do that? In this case, they no longer acquire Fubo. They just join their companies. They merge their companies. So how can you do that? Well, they announced that with a combined 6.2 million North American subscribers between Fubo, Hulu, and Live TV. So we know this. The new company will have 6.2 million North American subscribers, where most of the revenue comes from. So you have 6.2 million subscribers. Fubo currently has 1.7 million paid subscribers. So if you do the math, subtract from 6.2 1.7 million, Hulu and Live TV, for the moment they have 4.5 million subscribers, right? And now if you do the math from the total number of subscribers, based on the number of subscribers, Fubo represents about 27.4% from this total, 6.2 million. You divide 1.7 by 6.2 and the result is 27.4. And as you can see, it's close to 30%. As they announced, Disney will own approximately 70% of Fubo. And Fubo, the rest of it, in the new company. Now, how can you value the new merger, the new company? Now, here you have to find out the average revenue per user for Hulu and Live TV. If you go to this website, you'll find out that the average is about $93 per month. And for Fubo, the average is about $85 per month. Now, based on these numbers, we can assume a conservative price for the total subscribers, that the new plan be around $80 per average revenue per user. Of course, this is conservative. Maybe some of them will cancel their subscription and others will continue. Who knows? But let's assume around $80. If you want more, you can raise this price to $90. And now, if you do the math based on $80 average revenue per user for total subscribers 6.2 million, then per year, you do this math, 80 times 12, $960, and then you multiply $960 by 6.2 million subscribers. That will be close to 6 billion in revenue for the new company, right? Now, how can you value that new company? Because for the moment, we only have an assumption about their future revenue, 6 billion. But you don't know anything about their earnings, their profit margins. So you can try to value the new company based on the price to sales, right? For instance, if the price to sell is 1, this means the market cap may be around 6 billion, and Fubo's stake of 40% will be worth, will be worth about 1.8 billion if the price to sales is 1. If the price to sales gets to 2, it may happen, it depends on their growth and their profit margins. The Fubo stake of 40% will be worth about 3.6 billion. And why is this important? To know the value of Fubo's stake in the new company, of course. Because if you buy right now Fubo, you own the old company that is about to merge with Disney, Hulu, and Live TV, which is worth 1 billion, right? Yesterday, the value was about 900 million, the market cap. Now, 1 billion, maybe because of my video. So 1 billion, the current market cap, and the future stake in the new company may be worth between 1.8 billion and 3.6 billion. And by the way, the average revenue per user, around 80. If you increase this number to 90, that may happen, then the value will be much higher. So still, if you are conservative at this level, you can see that low point, price to sales around 1, you can have almost a double from this level, right? If they combine the two companies, and Fubo gets 40% stake in the new company, I mean the shareholders. If the price to sales gets to 2, 3.6 billion, which is much higher from this level. You have more than 3x. So the upside, the great scenario, may be 3x from this level. But again, this valuation depends on their future revenue. I try to assume what they will earn in the future. And of course, most importantly, profit margins and future growth, their future growth of the new company. If their future growth is higher, then this valuation, the price to sell can get to 5, for instance. So you can earn more than 1.8 billion or 3 billion. More than that. So this is about their merger. They want to combine their companies. But again, you might have a type of merger where they also pay some cash to shareholders. Combination of cash and stock. Still, if they pay 50% cash and the other 50% a stock merger, you get shares in the new company, still you get a lot. You can get a double. Because if you watch my past video, you know that here, how much will Disney pay for FuboTV? You know that the value of Fubo, of course you have to ignore this stake, was a mistake from me, but the value, low end, of Fubo might be about 3.2 billion. So if they pay 50% in cash, you still get 1.5 billion. But again, this depends on their future terms, what they will decide to do further. For the moment, we don't know exactly. I mean, we can argue that they will do stock for stock merger, but maybe they'll also pay with cash. I just made this video because this was quite a nice comment, and I thank you, B1 Special. And I also want to do the right thing, so people don't do mistakes because of me. I want to deliver high quality videos and great analysis. So this is what you can get. Still, from this level, also if you look at my past video, from this level you can have a double. Now, if the deal fails, then you know what will happen to the stock price. It will go down. It may go down to $1.50. That's also the risk. That's why. If you ask me, what price would I pay for this stock? Then this answer is available for members. If you want to know it, go to my profile, press join, scroll down and choose the level you want. And by the way, do this from an Android or laptop to avoid extra fees from Apple. And if you want more, better investment ideas, you can join my portfolio or my full course from zero to expert. So that's it for this video. And if you have other questions about Fubo, or if you have other ideas, please write me a comment. Why do you think that my idea is not good? Maybe you can come up with something better, and you can all learn together. So that's it, and see you in the next video.